everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now look what I've managed to get hold of, Kerby Rosanes' newest book, the MYTHIC World. Now I did see that they were doing it online, but I went into my local town today and I went into the works as well. That's where I purchased it from, and it wasn't on the shelf, and my husband was with me and said, oh well, it just mustn't be out yet. I wasn't giving up that easily, and it was very busy in there. So I asked one of the guys that was working behind the till, I said, is there any chance you've got this book, and showed him a screenshot. And he said, actually it got delivered yesterday, we've just not had a chance to put it on the shelf. Like, yes. So we went to the back and got me a copy. So I have had a little sneak peek, so this is not like a genuine first impression, but I love it. I did see one person's flip through, but I skipped through the video so quick because I didn't want it all spoiling. Now I have heard mixed reviews about this. Some people are really not liking it, and other people like me love it. I love it, and I've never had an issue with any of Kerby's books. I just love it, absolutely love it. I have seen some finished pages of let me bring you in a little bit closer. I've seen some finished pages of the intro page of one of his other books, and it was absolutely amazing, and I've never done an intro page, so maybe I'll have to try it in this book. His imagination is just unbelievable. So we'll flip through it. I love the paper as well in these books, love the paper. Now with the spine of the books in Kerby's books, you might struggle at first, but with working in the book over time, as you get like to the middle, I've always managed to flatten the book completely, and I will be able to get that completely flat over time. So let's just start off. Is that the proper first page? Yeah, so this is your proper first page. Now I will go through and say the pages that I think that I will colour. This one, probably not, which is a bit silly because I don't really colour that many men, so that's given me a good opportunity, and I could do an awesome galaxy background on that. This page, I love this page with the deer. That reminds me of the one out of Harry Potter. I mean, you completely blank that out and make it like it's glowing. That's why I've ordered a second copy. I couldn't help myself. I mean, for £5 for the quality of these books, you can't go wrong. A gorilla page. I can't really see myself colouring this, but in saying that, maybe me doing a hashtag and making it sort of like one of the pages that I knew that I wouldn't colour, actually colouring it and seeing how it turned out, and sort of challenging myself a little bit, getting myself out of my comfort zone. Now I can 100% see myself colouring this one. I could do an awesome background on that. This one again, it's somebody told me the style of it, and now I can't remember the name. I think it was Colour with Claire. I was having a natter with her about it, and she told me. I probably should have checked before I started filming, but yeah, I could see myself colouring this actually, but using mostly Neocolour 2 or watercolour with that one. That'll be an interesting one. This I just think is so creepy and so cool. Look at his face, and I love that he's kept like areas blank for us to do what we want in the background. I will just mention it is a Saturday afternoon when I'm recording this, and my daughter's upstairs banging in bed. She's watching TV and she's having a field day, and she's even managed to move the camera, so I'm gonna have to lower it a bit. I'm gonna have to go up in a minute and move the camera. Anyway, so we move on to this one. Now this page reminds me of the turtle page. It wasn't in Fragile Worlds, I think it was Worlds Within Worlds, where there was a turtle. He had half an underwater scene and half the top scene, like with all the animals and stuff. That really does remind me of that, but obviously a creepy version of it. I just think this is so cool. Why would you put that head on a turtle body? I don't know, but I think it works. This one is super cool. I've never seen an art supposed to look like that before, but now we have. Perfect one for Halloweeny time with the skull. Again, I could just see myself using Neocolour or just something easy for that one for the background. This one I think is so cool with the snake. That reminds me of like Niagara Falls. Or that film, Anaconda, where they're on the boat and they're trying to catch the massive snake. So let's see if I can just push the page down a little bit now. So that looks like, is it meant to be like a gargoyle? See, that looks to me like a world within world picture. Like it's the gargoyle monster, whatever it is meant to be, and then it's changing into the forest. That would have been a good world within worlds one, that one. Another dragon. There is a couple of dragons in this, that's another reason why I love it. You've got like electricity coming from this castle. I just think it's so smart. And why would you want, I think that's meant to be a griffin or an eagle, why would you want that picking up an elephant? But that just goes to show how big this creature actually is. And again, I just think it's so cool. You've got all these crystals as well here. So cool. I don't know the name of this creature again because it's got 3 heads. But I can definitely see myself colouring this one. I mean, it's a bigger than this one, isn't it? It'll take me, if not a week, to complete something like this. But I think, you know, they're worth it at the end. The one with the horse coming out of the water, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This one does creep me out a little bit, I'm not going to lie. There's other ones as well that I think are birds, and they've got human heads. They creep me out a little bit as well. But yeah, I imagine Inktense would be gorgeous on that actually. This, I loved this as soon as I saw it, this double page spread. I love it. You could do like a really atmospheric background with that one. You know, like really like greys and blues and stuff. And then a light coming from the lighthouse. I think this one is so cool. So far, that's my favourite double page spread in the book. But we're nowhere near finished yet. Now this one does remind me of a page that I did actually do on the channel from start to finish. I did it in pinks and greens, I think. I can't remember the name of the animal, or mythical animal. But that does remind me of that, with all the little lights as well. Like the candle lights. My daughter's chucking everything out of her bed now, so fun. I can't really see myself colouring this because of it is so busy, this, it's so busy. I don't mind colouring flowers, but that's a bit too much that for me. Really like this page. This reminds me of Ninetales from Pokemon. Is it 9? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yep, Ninetales. So I'd do the colour scheme of Ninetales from Pokemon, that one. Again, another really cool one. But I can see not a lot of people liking like this page. Like, so you've got the whale's head, and then it's the skeleton basically with all these really weird funky fish. But I love it. I love this style. And all birds as well. And that's good. It's just really cool, isn't it? Again, this is not, my sister would love that picture. She would love it. She's obsessed with like skulls and stuff like that. I can't see myself colouring this one. So is it, they're the elves. They're the elves, I think so. And this one reminds me, oh, what's that artist called? It's that big book. Oh, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that artwork and this one remind me of that artist. Nicholas F. Is it Nicholas F? I think. So a really busy double page spread. So you've got all the things going on in this one. I see another dragon. Another dragon. Maybe he loves dragons just as much as me. Really like this one, but again, I think this would have been perfect in like Worlds Within Worlds 2 or whatever you would want to call it, but a Worlds Within Worlds book. That would have been ideal. There its tail. But look, it looks like that it's going in and it's becoming the mountain. And what's he going to do? It's absolutely massive. This one I think is so cool. So it's actually wolves as her. And she looks like a serpent of some sort. And you can see actually how big it is because that's a tiny little boat there, or a ship. Another dragon. Are they meant to be like shark fins as well, going round and round? I just think it's so cool. I can't see why you wouldn't like this book. I love it. I love it. There's plenty of pages that I do want to colour in here. Not keen on that one because I wouldn't know where to start because they're like gargoyles, or I don't know what they're called, but they're in the mountain itself. I wouldn't know where to start colouring that. Maybe watercolour would be better. This one is beautiful. Is that meant to be a phoenix? I think that's meant to be a phoenix. I think that's a stunning page. And you're getting loads of images as well. Now this reminds me of one, I think it is in Mythomorphia, this one. This sort of style. That's what that reminds me of. Maybe Halloweeny time I could do that. Maybe not start to finish because I think I'd go crazy. The Egyptian one, really like this one. This one reminded me of, oh, what's that film called now? The Never-Ending Story. The Never-Ending Story, when it gets to the bit where he has to cross the bridges, and there's like 2 of these on either side, and a tray who has to go on his, he's not on his horse at that point. I'm tailing off. Anyway, it reminds me of that. It reminds me of that. What's she meant to be, like a snake charmer? I'm not sure. So again, I love this one. This looks like one of the creatures in one of the games that I used to play that I need to get back into, Ark Survival Evolved. That is one of the creatures. It's identical. I wonder if Kirby played Ark. Maybe that's where he's getting some of his inspiration from. But it was like a lava creature. So I'd do this in bright oranges, reds, yellows to colour all this. And I know it looks super, super detailed. And it is. But yeah, get around that with a bit of watercolour as your base. So another serpent sort of snake going into the clouds, leaving the sea to go into the clouds. Again, it's super detailed. But I can just see the pops of colour in this. I can imagine what I'm going to do. These are the pages. These are the pages. They creep me out. They creep me out. I wish they just had normal eagle heads and I would have been really happy. But yeah, I don't know the name of these creatures, but yeah, they do creep me out, so I probably won't colour them. This one, I think she is absolutely adorable. Look at the little face. How pretty her eyes are. You could do all that jewellery in dead sparkly metal. This one reminds me of the dragon page. I know it's not a dragon, but it reminds me of that. So it's meant to be, I'd say that's like a griffin of some sort. But that's what that reminds me. Again, that could have been a World Within Worlds one. Am I just like colour timeless legends? So it's not, I was thinking then with all these World Within Worlds pages, I was thinking, am I missing something? But no, it's not to do with that, I don't think. So another Halloweeny one that we could do. So a zombie on one side with a werewolf on the other. I've done Kirby's double page spread of the werewolf and really enjoyed it. The tiger. Now I recognise that tiger from somewhere, now I don't know. So you've got the tiger, the phoenix, the turtle, the snake and the dragon. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Another Egyptian page and an elf page. So you could do a beautiful effect with that water swirling round him. Oh, but you've got skeletons and stuff in the water. Maybe you could do like this is like poison water or something, and that's what's happened to the bodies. They've turned into skeleton because they've hit the acid. Does anybody else do that? They look at a page and they try and think of a story behind it. Again, this one I think is so cool with the crystals coming out of the fish. And you can only imagine a, what's the word, gigantual this fish must be. It must be massive. So this one's a snake with an elephant's head. But look at all these beautiful crystals. You could have a field day colouring crystals with this one. I would have loved to see my face when I asked that shop guy and he said, oh, we've actually got them in the bag. Like, really? Really? I was so happy. So happy. So that's another one that reminds me, and that one actually, of the Nicholas F book, and I can't remember the name of it. And that's one of the books that I've coloured in a lot, and I can't remember the name of it. Shame on me. This is another one that caught my eye straight away. I love this one. I follow a couple of accounts on Instagram and they do like creepy Pokemon, and that reminds me of that 100%. So I love the one of the moon. I thought that the rabbit was holding a clock then, because I was thinking, is that meant to be Alice in Wonderland? But it's not. Ignore me. Ignore me. So another double page spread. I can't see myself colouring these sort of illustrations and not down my alley. But very, very detailed. This one is so cool. So they were the statues and they've broken out. So it's like a shot. Just as they're getting free, you can, like they're moving forward on the top of the castle. God, Isabel, you're having a field day there, love. This one I showed my husband. I said, look at the spider. It was a spider, and it took him a couple of seconds to realise what I was talking about. But yeah, I don't like spiders. I don't like spiders. So let's see if I can bring myself to colour this one. So a lovely female mermaid. Look at this one. She's pretty. She's really pretty. All them details in the hair with all the shells and the flowers and stuff. So another double pager. Again, that could have been Worlds Within Worlds 2 or whatever you wanted to name it. So more statues. I do like this. You see how he's left the spine empty. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Another one with the dragons. I am $1,000,000,000% doing this page. This could have been another one, World Within Worlds. You're going to probably be bored of hearing me say that, but there's so many pages in here that could have been in like a version 2 or 3 of that book. And then this is the last page. I just think that it's so cool, guys. I do. I absolutely love it. I think it's an absolutely fantastic addition to all of Kerby's books. And like I said, I've already ordered myself a second copy. So they have got them in the range at the minute. But please do leave me a big thumbs up if you're excited to get this book, and which page will you colour first. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!